I cheated on my wife with her sister. I know how that sounds, but hear me out. My wife and I have been married for 11 years. We met in college, got married at 24, had our daughter when I was 27. Perfect little family in our perfect little house in the suburbs. 3 years ago, everything changed. My wife started forgetting where she parked the car. Then she'd repeat the same story twice in one conversation. I thought it was stress from her job at the law firm. She was only 34, healthy, ran marathons. There was no way something was seriously wrong, but the neurologist didn't sugarcoat it. Early onset dementia, aggressive type. She had maybe 5 years before she wouldn't recognize me anymore, maybe less. The first year was manageable. She'd forget appointments or lose her keys, but she was still her. Still my wife, still our daughter's mom. We tried to keep everything normal. Year 2, things got harder. She had to quit her job. Some days she'd forget she had a daughter. Our daughter was 9 and watching her mom disappear in real time. I was drowning trying to work, take care of our kid, and manage my wife's care. That's when her younger sister offered to move in. She just ended a long-term relationship and had been working remotely anyway. She said she wanted to help. I was hesitant at first because my wife and her sister had always been competitive growing up, but I was desperate. She moved into our guest room that October. At first it was just helping with medications and doctor appointments, but slowly she became part of our routine. We'd give my wife her pills together every morning, help her shower when she forgot how the faucet worked, make sure she ate because she'd forget she was hungry. My wife started declining faster. She'd forget our anniversary, then our wedding, then our daughter's name. Some mornings she'd wake up and look at me like I was a stranger. Her sister would calm her down, remind her who I was, who our daughter was. I started noticing things. The way her sister would make coffee exactly how I liked it without asking. How she'd stay up late with our daughter helping with homework because I was too exhausted. The way she looked at me when my wife would have a bad day and I'd break down in the kitchen after our kid went to bed. I felt guilty even thinking about it. My wife was still alive, still here, but she wasn't really here anymore. 6 months ago, we had what the doctors call a moment of clarity. My wife woke up one morning completely lucid. She knew who I was, remembered our daughter, asked about her sister. It was like having her back. We were all sitting at dinner that night when she looked at me with those eyes I'd fallen in love with 15 years ago. "I know what's happening to me," she said quietly. "I know I'm disappearing." Our daughter started crying. I tried to tell my wife everything was fine, but she cut me off. She looked at her sister and said, "Promise me you'll take care of them. Take care of him. He deserves to be happy." Her sister was shaking her head, saying, "No, that wasn't appropriate." But my wife grabbed both our hands and put them together. "I'm serious. I see how you look at each other when you think I'm not paying attention. I'm not stupid yet." I couldn't speak. My wife squeezed our hands. "I'm giving you permission, both of you. When I'm too far gone to know the difference, promise me you won't waste your lives being miserable." The next morning, she was gone again, back to not knowing us. 2 weeks ago, she stopped recognizing either of us completely. She thinks we're her nurses now, calls us the nice lady and the man who brings food. She's pleasant and polite to us like we're strangers taking care of her. Her sister and I started spending more time together after our daughter went to bed. We'd sit in the kitchen and just talk about our days, about memories, about how unfair this all was. Yesterday, I was making breakfast when her sister came downstairs. My wife was still sleeping. We were talking about taking our daughter to the zoo that weekend when she just kissed me right there in the kitchen. I kissed her back. Then we heard footsteps. My wife walked in, looked at us, smiled warmly, and said, "Oh, you two make a lovely couple. How long have you been together?" Her sister started crying. I couldn't breathe. My wife just stood there smiling at us like we were neighbors she'd just met. I called my lawyer this morning. He said I can't divorce someone who legally can't consent to signing papers. She's not competent to agree to a divorce. So technically, yeah, I'm cheating on my wife with her sister, living in the same house, taking care of the woman whose blessing we have but who doesn't remember giving it. I don't know if that makes this better or worse.